Hey guys, welcome to the final video of our 10-part series, Open-Mindedness. I don't need to go through the rest of them, but heck, I'm going to do it anyways. We started with trust, then we got to honesty, then we got to tolerance, then what came after tolerance? Gentleness, joy, defenselessness, generosity, defenselessness, or patience, and then faithfulness, and now open-mindedness. So, the cool thing about open-mindedness is that it relates to forgiveness. Because, see, open-mindedness, it comes from a lack of judgment, you see. Because if you judge something as, whatever it may be, this person, you judge somebody as guilty, you condemn them to hell, in a sense. And you've shut the mind. You've shut your mind out. This is it. I ain't going to accept anything else. But that open-mindedness, it invites the Holy Spirit into your conversations, into your lives, in a beautiful way, in a comforting way, non-threatening. Because what happens with condemnation is with judgment. We judge the world as evil. These people. Oh my gosh, look at these people. How could they? If they were just like this, then they'd be good. But see, with open-mindedness, we forego our sense of forgiveness or our sense of judgment on behalf of the voice of God to be the judge. We take a step back and say, hey, God, you be the judge. Let me just forgive. Let me just love. Because, see, with open-mindedness, we're allowing the image of Christ to be extended to each person. And one thing I realized is that forgiveness is the face of Christ. So who you forgive is that for whom you see the face of Christ. That's really cool. And how do we do it? I've talked about this in the other videos about how about this dynamic here is that, we forgive by letting go of all the things that would prevent forgiveness. And what happens is that the old value that you have of your world, this old man, gets discarded within our thought. And we're able to see a brighter world, a better world. And now everything, you ever have those types of beliefs? Or understandings. Think about it. A lot of Christians, when they get baptized, for instance, it's that new world. But see, the baptism is this daily thing. Because here's the thing, here's a paradox for you that I don't get. These born-again Christians, people who are baptized. Well, what if the person who's born again but falls back into a way of sin? Does he need to be born again now? Because is his somehow sin any different? And I feel like it's that forgiveness that washes away. The people who are not yet quote-unquote born again are those who have not been willing to give their troubles over to the Holy Spirit for which to be forgiven. They haven't allowed themselves to feel that great sense of relief that only can be felt through that sense of forgiveness of the Holy Spirit. And by that, I mean, there's just that feeling, that goes beyond words. And it's not by some magical dunking of someone in the physical water. I think that helps symbolize the essence of what can happen to us daily. Paul says, I live and die daily with Christ. So what? Each day he needs to be rebaptized? Heaven forbid. Dude get himself a shower, I guess, get himself clean every day. And but all joking aside, there is that metaphorical dynamic of making yourself clean daily. That daily baptism, so to speak. And from it, I think when we experience that sense of forgiveness, it's not a one and done kind of thing necessarily. It's a journey, because I think we make the mistake. People get this sense that now that I'm baptized, I'm good. When it comes to a bridge, I read about this, is that from the day a bridge is built, they are constantly doing maintenance on it. You're never just, bridge is built, don't have to do anything with it. And I think that's the thing. It's a continual living that life, that baptismal life, as it were, day in and day out. And that's the thing. Really, at the heart of it all, forgiveness is that's the meaning of life. If you want, if through the end of it all, everything leads to forgiveness. For forgiveness raises us to the highest standard of living, because we're able to experience that full nature of the Christ, and it's beautiful and warm. And I think that I think that when we give that forgiveness, that open-mindedness, we're able to have that sense of open-mindedness that I think really helps us love our brother in the right way. Because the forgiveness we have of ourselves is the forgiveness for which we will have towards our brother. This is something I have to continue to remind myself. Because whatever it is, all these characteristics that we've been talking about have all led up to, they keep revolving around the essence of forgiveness and a sense of self-worth. And I'll save that. I was going to go into a thing about temptation and how to overcome it, overcoming sexual temptation specifically. I think that's something I've had to grapple with, as most human, warm, hot-blooded humans have. We all grapple with that, and I think we all go through a lot of different things that have tried to reconcile with it. But I think these 10 characteristics, when when unfolded, bring about a sense of how we can actually overcome temptation, I realize. But we could do a video about that tomorrow, perhaps. A nice kind of culmination, practical application of these characteristics. And so, maybe we'll do that. Now, one thing you may have noticed in conclusion, I think, with these 10 characteristics is how you didn't see anything, you didn't see on the list love, sinlessness, perfection, these things. Because the thing to remember about all this is that those things go beyond teaching. They're when you reach that point, that's when the learning's done. When you experience that essence of love, you're there, baby. And there's a continual progression and learning on how to experience that more readily. I think that's the essence of these characteristics of God's teachers. Because here's the thing. The lessons of these characteristics are given unto us as the teachers of God to bring these glad tidings of complete forgiveness to the world. And it desperately needs it, as we all do. For blessed indeed are they, for they are the bringers of salvation. You and me and everyone. This isn't to dethrone the Christ, but it's to join him on the throne. Boldly come to the altar, or come boldly to the throne, I think Paul says. And we can do that with love in our heart. And from that love, we can express that to each person as we would go about our day. In trusting, in trust, in tolerance, in gentleness, in joy, in defenselessness, in generosity, in patience, in faithfulness, and open-mindedness. Okay, so we'll end it there, and I surely hope this video series has been helpful. I surely hope that it's given you some new insight about what you can do for yourself and how you can help others. Because I think this kind of thinking is what's needed to help save the world and to help raise our brother up to his rightful state. So when we apply these characteristics daily into our life, into our engagements with our brothers, I think we'll notice a change of base in how the world seems. So, apply them daily, apply them regularly, as often as you can, and I am certain, I am confident in your ability to be able to overcome anything that may come your way and to be able to see the full grandeur of what's before you. But here at the Wolfpack, you know that we surely wish you well. And Godspeed, my friends.